Hello, it is Lord Haywire. I am streaming some game creation, and I thought I'd go over uh, what we're doing here. But when I hit, so I have a hotkey that starts the stream, and Shift Control L, and when I just hit that, it changed something. And I was curious, yeah. So I don't know why that deletes things. That's very odd. Anyways, so what are we doing? What is my goal here? I haven't done this in a long time, so I was thinking about something. I was talking with someone and I was like, wait, I don't make tutorials. So I want to explain. This is not a tutorial. I'm not doing a tutorial because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. This is just like an archive of me creating a game. And I often say we in these videos, and it's because sometimes people in chat when I'm streaming help me out with suggestions. I'm not expecting, this is an open source project, but I'm not expecting anyone to write any code. I just want people to, if they have suggestions on better way to do things, because I am new, I'm a noob, I'm just learning stuff. And so what are we making? We're trying to make a game that's a 2D 4X real time. And the reason why I used to put real time in the description, but I took it off. I'm waving my hands. I talk with my hands a lot. Um, I took it out of the description because I think when you say real time, a lot of people think like StarCraft or like Command and Conquer or whatnot. We're not doing that type of real time. We're doing like CK Crusader Kings 2 or 3 style, and we're doing like so it's more that style of real time. We're gonna maximize this here, and where it takes place is in the so this is gonna be a post-apocalyptic game where it's after the apocalypse where everyone has died from disease. I didn't get this idea because of COVID. I've had this idea because of a TV show that I watched years ago called Survivors, not the reality TV show, but there's a 70s sci-fi show that is pretty good. You should check it out if you can find it anywhere. Um, but the idea is that everyone has died except for like a few people, and what we're going to try to do is we're going to have population. It's currently the population for each capital, which Portland is a capital. So it takes place in North America, and we're going to account for every state and province in North America, and we are going to break them into little counties, and that's what this is right here. They're very ugly, and it's randomly generated the color to a point, and it's going to have different each county is going to be its own faction, just like Crusader Kings. But we're also so we're not trying to make a clone of Crusader Kings. I don't have that ability. I don't have the resources for that. But what we're going to try to do is also add in some Dominions 5 influence. So it's going to be CK2, 3 merged with Dominions 5. So we're also going to add different factions that are based on like magic, and there'll be druids and elder gods and things like that. But at the beginning, that's way off. I have all these lofty goals, and like I said, I keep saying we because that's if people in chat help with suggestions on how to improve my coding, um, then that's I'm adding them to the README. And actually, we need to update the README anyways because I have a new version of Unity. Pretty much once a week, it seems like they update Unity. So we're just gonna do this real quick. One more up, README. We're on 14 now. And these are some people who have helped out already. So far, basically, what we have that works is you can click on each county and it shows their faction names, the county name, and the population that lives there. You can click on the population. You can see what they are doing and what they're doing the next day, because when you set something to do something, they don't start it till the next day. There's a variety of reasons for that. It shows who's in the heroes list, which we probably won't call it a heroes list forever. And how we're doing this is like we're having very basic. We're not going to put all 500 counties and set them all up at the beginning. I don't know why the time started. We need to figure that's a bug. We're not going to set up all 500 counties right now. I think we have 7 counties, and we're going to. Well, I can look right here. Yeah, we got 7 counties. Once we have all of the different things in place, we'll add some more counties, and we'll just keep like slowly expanding. We're going and doing every little part in the simplest way possible. And then once we get the simplest way possible done, we go to the next thing, and we go to the next thing, we go to the next thing. And once we've done every possible part of the game in its simplest way possible. We're going to start over at the beginning and start going through each item and making it a little bit better, because I'm so new, I don't know what I'm supposed to have in the game, and we don't know what problems we're going to run into. So no reason to make 500 counties and then run into a problem where you have to go back and fix all 500 counties. So we currently have, how did I get that to unpause? What did I do? I closed that. Okay, so that's an issue right there. When we close this, if it's already paused, it shouldn't pause. So let's put that in. And we have, so this is, like I said, it's open source, but we also have, oh, you know what? I forgot to put on music. I play music that you guys can't hear because it causes issues if you can't hear it. So let me put on some music. I'm going to talk while I do it. I usually try to have music playing. It helps me program. I also kind of like yammer about stuff non-programming related while I'm doing this. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. What? Dude looks 150 years old. Okay. Well, I use YouTube to play music. Um, and that was suggested to me. So anyways, this doesn't do anything. This is going to be a button eventually. So this is going to be like leaders. So unlike CK3, you're going to be able to move your leaders around and whatnot. We were going to add an issue here. So there is an issue. We'll just stick it here, and we're going to say this is a bug. And when you close the population info panel, it unpauses the game. We don't want that to happen. And we're going to convert this into an issue. And you'll notice when I do this, my Discord's going to get a thing. I have a Discord. If you want to join that, feel free. And every time I do something, there's a channel which you could mute, so you don't have to see it happening all the time. There's a channel that reports all the changes I do on GitHub. So, and that's why like this one is not turned into an issue. So far what we got is that. And then we also have, you can click on this research button, and these are the things that you researched. If they're, oh, that just unpaused it as well. Didn't we fix this? I thought we fixed this. Okay, this is more serious than I thought. I thought we fixed all this shit. It was doing this before. Let's edit this thing. Or when you open research, it unpauses. We'll fix this first. So it's actually kind of every time I go through the game, we find little bugs. Anyways, so is it I can unpause it with space. We probably don't want that to work, honestly. That's going to be a different thing, and we'll deal with that later. Let's put that over here. Maybe we'll do that first. And I need to get more organized. So what I'm doing is I'm going to change these. This is kind of leftover way of doing it, but we're going to have like the main, this thing up here on this column will be over here, and this is what we'll be working on. And then next round we'll go through and fix things. And when I say round, it means after we've finished everything else, we'll start over again, working on better things. What was I going to do? I was going to say, what was it? You can unpause and pause with space while research. I'm gonna probably put, let's test it, but I bet you. Yeah, I thought we fixed this. Yeah, you can do it with any panel open while panels are open. We don't want that to happen. And we'll turn this into an issue. We'll put it up here though. Oh, I didn't say this is a bug, but this is a bug. I always put bug in the front because these are issues that are being developed or being added to whatchamacallit. There's probably a better way to do this. Tell me if you know. And then back to here. Currently the research, you can't actually research anything because that's not necessary for this first round. Yeah, I totally thought we fixed that. Yeah, we did fix that. We did something. We obviously didn't fix it. anyways, so these are already all researched, and this is so that we can go to county improvements, which are, if you click on a county and you click on this buildings tab, it opens up, and these are the possible buildings you can build. And if you want to do a forester shack, if you hit build and there's 0 employees assigned, it will say you don't have enough assigned workers for that, so you have to assign one. And then you hit build, and you got to have the money for it as well, which is 500 influence. This is just some bullshit right now. You hit yes, and it moves it over to here, and this is about where we were. You click this, and it's bringing up the correct stuff. So this is moving between lists. It has the correct number of employees. This is still going good, and you can actually build another one because we have enough influence for that. You can hit build, and hopefully this will work. It moves it over there, and then, and once again, it was unpaused to begin with. Oh, we're getting a bug. So I think that's actually where we were. I'm almost positive that's exactly where we were. But then the other thing, this should be changing. This should change the building, and it should show what it's building. So we got to do another thing too, because I thought about this last time. So it's too confusing. We have this thing. They're building two different. Brenda's building a different building than Judy is here, and so we need to make sure that it says what building. This is definitely. Do we already put this in here? I feel like we should have. Nope. Yep, we're almost to this testing. We probably won't get through this. I've put about, I don't know, we're on 20, this is 29, the 29th episode, and they're about 3 hours long. 87 hours into this, so we're not that far along, honestly. That's like two weeks of a real programmer. It's taking me about 3 months because I only stream on the weekends usually. Occasionally I'll throw a weekday one in. So, what are we doing here? I was going to put something in, and now I forgot what it was. Oh, population info panel. It has to say. I was going to do that in another round. I was going to put that next time, but it's too confusing already. On population info panel, it has to say what the person, which building the person is working on, and it should probably be stored on that person's list. That will hopefully make sense later. The biggest problem I have. Whoa, no. The biggest problem I have is not remembering what the fuck my issues mean. And I try to make them in the title. You're like, this is what old people do, is they put stuff in the title like this. I do that because I don't want to have to open it to figure out what's going on. So there we go. And the time should work. It counts days and whatnot. Oh, the last thing we can do, the last thing that is possible to be done, and we should have kind of done this last, is you can also muster an army if you own that population and move it around. But the problem with the moving it around, so it's set, it takes time. So like think of CK3 where it takes time. We just gotta wait here. We'll speed it up, and it will move around. But we need other stuff. I actually did that like second on the list, and we should have done that last. We shouldn't even have gotten to that part yet. So first off, let's recreate that bug. I know I just had this playing. What did we do? We moved a building and it busted. And let's figure out. I think I just got too tired. I will just do this real quick here. We built this, and did we get the bug now? No. And we built this, and then we get the bug now. Yes. Okay, but that still moves it over. So let's look at what this is. And I gotta remember what the fuck we were doing. Rename building be the same as their current building index. Okay, so what we were doing here is in the inspector here, and I thought we had this working, but I guess not. When you go to here and you build a building, it should actually we don't even need, I don't know why that we're getting a spinning thing here. It should put, we have so many panels, it's getting out of control. Scroll view, viewport, current building, we have 0. It should be renaming these to the right numbers. And this should be renamed 01. So we're using these for the list. So then it looks like when we go to this next part, we hit build and we say yes, then what happens? Oh, it's becoming 0 again. Well, that's a problem. I should have left that playing. Oh, I see. So that's pretty, it's rename the building. So that would work if, so currently this for loop is going through and this says it equals 0. Yes, is less than child count. Now I need to start my music. I'm listening to The Damned again. It's like it's pretty much my programming music at this point. I still have some coffee left too. I actually have a lot of coffee. Um, when does it run this thing? Okay, so it runs it only once. It should rename the whole thing though. If we're, what is this big long line of crap? So this is, let's make this sure this game object's in the right spot. Current building. That's the right one. What the fuck were we on before? This is under world map load. So the main thing, and we might tear this out and be different, make it different, is there's under this thing that says controller, we have a world map load and it holds all of our variables and stuff. I don't know if that's the best way to do it, but it's the way I do it. If you know a better way, tell me. I'm gonna not say that all the time, but basically that's what we want. Not done at all. This is no longer true. I feel like we so it goes through this, and it should. So we're missing something. Oh yeah, there was this weird little thing. This last stream was the last time or the first time I used that. Uh, okay, so move the possible building UI game object to the current building UI game object. So that's setting the parents. I don't think we're adding it to the list. That would be my guess why it's confused and it gets that bug. We should have though, or we're probably adding it to the list wrong. Counties, buildings, new list, current building. It's this thing. It's this weird clusterfuck. Visual Studio suggested this. I feel like this should be .add, but we couldn't get that to work. I already forget what this little thing means. It's like -1 or something. What did we get? Yeah, see, the building length isn't, so it works great with 1, but the building length is not 2 at this point. That's what this debug log is going to tell us. Why are we doing it this way? Create the building list and add one to the county Create the building list and add one to the county so the county knows what it has built. Okay, so that was something kind of new that we were doing, is the county has to know what it, but also the possible buildings needs to know. So we're gonna have to, once we fix this, we're gonna have to go into the possible buildings and assign it to the county as well, which was something like I didn't even think about. So what I mean is, like, in the game, this county needs to know what buildings are done compared to this county, and we didn't have that set up right last time. So this isn't working, is what this is telling me. I thought this was working, but it's not. We need to add one in, is what we need to do, because it needs to be added, not a new one. And I think it's recreating. Right? Is that what it, yes. So this works so good for the first run here. But if we do this, it doesn't work. I can't see because that's in the way. And what I have another list that's add around here somewhere, so I compare them is basically what I'm doing. Man, we got a lot of spaces in here. Whoops, that's probably needed. I'm thinking, no, that's not gonna, no. I was trying to think, would that work for what we're doing? Okay, so this works as new because we're assigning it to a different one every time. But the other one we need to add. So we definitely need to add. We just need to figure out how that works. See, like, here's an add. And this is kind of what we're doing. Hero is a I wonder if these other things would break. Hero is a class, but how are we doing this? Let's look at hero. Where are we assigning this faction hero dictionary thing? Oh, that's at the very beginning. Let's go back up. I'm gonna paste this up here so I just have a I can see it. Where the fuck are we? We're right here. This one line. It's one very long line, but that'll give us what we need to see, and then or at least what I need to see. Then back up here, how did we do this hero? It took me a long time to get this hero thing to work the way I want, which is a dictionary list. Originally, I was like doing a dictionary with a class, so it's a string, and I was doing it wrong. And someone actually in chat said, you're just using the class, not the whole. But it worked for the one of them. Faction Heroes Dictionary. So that is what we were doing for that one. So and we have the new up here. So what about the one we are doing? We need a new counties, selected counties, buildings. We need a new one of those to start every time. So when the game starts, we need to generate, like, the first time you run it, we need to initialize. These are so dumb. These comments I put in. Yeah, no shit, that's what it's doing. We need to initialize. So the first time we run this, we need to initialize every county's list, I think. Buildings. Like, where did I make these buildings? So that's in the county. We can close this readme thing. So this is this list is here, but we're not initializing it. I think we're doing the exact same thing I did last time, like in the same order of logic. Like my mind's going through each thing, like, oh, we need to go through this step. Uh, so it needs to get initialized though. It's not. Can we do that over here? So see where it says like list, is that initializing it? I don't think it is. So this would have to be like that. It's letting me do that, which is weird. Is it because this is bugged though? You know how this works. If you have something bugged, it doesn't. Um, Control Y is redo, huh? I don't use that enough. What did we have this be? I don't remember what we had this as. I guess we'll just go back. It was just new list. Let's do this then. So I need references to things because my memory is so terrible. That's probably one of the biggest issues I have. So let's say that this. So it's still saying this county is okay to have this equal new right here. Do I have to do equals new here? No, it won't let you. Well, I guess we'll just leave it like that and see what happens. And then on here, though, since this is already going to be initialized, we need another one of these. I'm just going to copy this and we'll paste it here. Except we need this line as well. And this should be add, though. Yes, and then I want to go back to this heroes thing. It seems like it's just, well, here this one's an add too. We don't even need to see the whole thing. We just need like this much of it, and we can put it right here. Add new current building. Then, I mean, I guess I had this right here. This should be up in here, I think. It's just trial and error. I just put in whatever. It's letting us do that. So I'm very skeptical of my own, since I don't know what I'm doing right now, like at all. I'm gonna know how to use lists at the end of this quite well. All right, let's hit play and see. I don't know. It's thinking. I'm hopeful. What should I need to keep my expectations low. because, you know, we haven't gotten any bugs yet. I was gonna go look at the console again, even though we can see, yeah, that it's that thing in. There's another way to do this. I'm reluctant to do it. Actually, there's an easier way to do it now that I think about it. Um, so let's do this. I don't want to do it that way. I don't think this is right anyways. That seemed too, I think it's letting me do that because it can't understand what I'm doing at all. It's just like, sure, do that. Um, there is, on each county, we do have a script. Oh, we don't anymore. We got rid of it. We do have a thing in the county list creator. This is actually, this is just like a list that goes through it and gets the objects and we rename them and stuff. It's supposed to just be for uh, I set it up this way so that we could just add new ones and just dump them in here. They don't have to be in a specific order, and it will reorder and rename them just in case we fuck stuff up. Actually, it doesn't look like it's renaming them. It's just adding them to this county list. It's called counties list. Uh, so I think what we need to do is in here, and I think we're gonna have to have it on start. We're gonna need a private void. I guess I could have just put in start and it would have done it for me. I'm trying to become more efficient as I move along here. World map load dot instance. Do we want it right here? Or do we want it on world map load just for the fuck of it? I mean, everything else is in world map load. We do. We want it in world map load. Yeah. Like I said, the world map load is like whenever you start a video game for the first time, it like chugs for a while, and it's like, bleh, what are you doing? That's what we're doing here is get names from file. Why don't we want this in awake? I seem to have moved lots of things to start. Why don't we want it in awake? I think we do, and what we need to do is like this, but we need it for each county. How did we do that heroes one? Because it's a dictionary. So why is it a dictionary? Why isn't it just a list? No, we need a dictionary. Faction heroes. So that's the faction, and then that's the list. Yeah, so we need another one of these. How are we gonna do this? So each county needs its own list that's a dictionary. No, we don't. Yes, because it's gonna have multiple buildings. So because it's a class that has current building in it, it has this embedded inside of this county. List, we need to initialize this thing. Maybe this list is in the wrong place. I think I just put this in here and was shocked it let me. Doesn't this still seem like this should... But you would have to have this also as new. You can't just put it equals... you can. Wait, what? 2 equals in a row? I gotta Google this. Whoops, not that far. Um, we're gonna figure it. Whoops, all sorts of issues here. We gotta figure this out. So how would I even Google this though? I need a okay, so let's think. We can go back to here. We can go C sharp list in public class. These are so old. Now it thinks that I'm doing something else. It's weird that... Oh. Huh. I was looking at another thing, and I was looking at sorting a list, and it's like it was surprisingly easy. But then when I was looking on how to reverse the order of a sort, they had all these complicated bullshit. But that seems pretty easy. Find an item, import a list, convert a C list to an array, join to... See, it thinks that I'm just talking about the list class. Initialize in public class. Simply initialize it within your constructor. You can also define a constructor that directly puts the right values into your list. So I think what they're saying here is get rid of this and say, they're saying new. Well, I don't think I can just do that, can I? Oh, I can. They're saying do it there, but then how does it know? Yeah, see, like, how does this thing, if I take this out, what happens? Like, isn't it going to be like, hey, you're fucked, you have too many, yeah, how do I do this? Why do I have 13 of these things? Okay, I don't have 13. County? Counties added to county dictionary. Is that where that is? I didn't even look. Why is this way over here? Let's go back. Yeah, it's right here. Man, I see this is why we only have 7. It'd be nice if we only had 3, but we kind of needed more to test some other stuff. More than 3. Um, Sometimes it's funny. It's like I'll be doing something like this, and someone will appear in chat, and be like, "Actually, what you need to do is use this," and they solve all my problems. It's because I am taking this online C# class, but it's one of those Microsoft ones where it's self motivated, and I find I don't want to do them that much because they're kind of boring. Like it's more fun for me to try to create something and struggle for 3 hours and look like a fool on the internet because it's just more fun that way. So I wonder if this would work. This is gonna make this and this feels very uh, possible. This is a list, and this is a new list. Then under world map load, where are we? That's why all these are common out. I made a bunch of research and I didn't want to. So every time we were fucking around with research, I had to go through and adjust every one of these, and so I just simplified it down to these four things. There's one down here too. Um, and once we get research working better, we'll once we go around and we have a better idea of everything we need for research. I know we have a little bit, but we're gonna have more work on it later. Uh, so here we are again. It's gonna add one. Let's see if this initialization works here. I do sometimes use Chat GPT. It's interesting. I was saying this last night on my video game channel. People are very passionate about either disliking or liking Chat GPT. Very passionate. They get pissed off very quickly about stuff. Oh my God, that worked. Let's put this last one to the test. I don't know what's going to happen here, actually. Oh, I don't have enough resources. Let's give myself some resources here. You know what though? That didn't update our thing over here. Well, it doesn't matter. If it knows. Wow, that worked. Huh. Okay. So I'm gonna go into county here. I'm gonna put a note here. I don't know what this is called. I don't know what this is called. So that's another thing I'm trying to learn is the correct terminology because currently I like say, oh, the thingamajigger, and it's just not within your constructor. It's called a constructor. I don't know why it's called it. It is not in the constructor. Uh, and so vocabulary, like when you're in like junior high English and you're like, why are they making me learn all this fucking vocabulary? It's because sometimes you got to be precise with your language, and I think programming definitely someone's trying to help me, and they're saying words that I think mean different things, and it causes all sorts of issues. So basically, what I'm saying is, listen, you should have listened to your English teacher. Man, I still remember my English teacher's name from junior high, Mrs. O'Donnell. I hated her guts. I got like D's in the English class, and then years later, like everything that I had to, in every English, so in college, every English class that I encountered was so easy because of Mrs. O'Donnell in junior high. I was shocked that people could barely read. It actually was really shocking. The few college English classes I had to take, my co-students could barely read. It was weird. It was really weird. Um, I went to community college. Okay, so where are we at here? On population info panel, it says each county needs to know which buildings are, what its possible buildings are. So we don't even have a thing in here. Oh, we did this. We can put this back. Uh, I guess we don't have a. Yeah, we will. So how do I test this? Let's think about it. This should be the next thing to make sure things are really are working how we think they are. Is have a different county that we own. I wonder how we can test that. How can we test that? Because there's a lot of things set up so that I cannot be clicking on other counties and building things. See, like the building button's missing. Uh, so how are we doing this? I think it's under here. I don't think this is going. If I just copy and paste this, I don't think that that's going to give us control. Maybe it will. What about here? Oh, it did. This is cowlets. All right. And then if we go back to here, it doesn't work. Okay, so what is going wrong then? How is it generating on this panel? That's the issue. It's the current building. Can't even read this. I like everything long. Current building description panel. That's not what we want. We want. That's not what we want. We want. I don't think we have it open. It is going to be. I don't think it's this either. Yeah, this is just a little thing there. It's probably here. County info panel. It's not there. We had some issues with the order of operations, I believe it's called. So I had to move around some scripts, which makes me confused on why we bust everything into small scripts when they all have to be put on here. I guess it's easier to find stuff. It's the same to me though. If I'm having to dig through a script or dig through the inspector to find stuff, it seems the same. I don't know why this is attached to here, but I'm not going to touch it because something will break. We need to find this script. So I don't think it's here. Actually, let's test something else out. This might be less of a bug than I think it is. Okay, let's go with cowlets. We can't do anything here. Let's create this here. Well, let's go back and fix so we can. It's probably still on my clipboard. Uh, okay, so let's go here. Let's do garden shack because we know that one. And then let's close this. I'm just curious if it's. Yeah, it's still. So how is it pulling this? Where's it getting this? I think this is the issue. It might be we have separate lists, but it's just looking for the same list. Oh, you know what I didn't just look at was let's look at another thing. God damn it. Since we're gonna be testing this a lot, let's not make it cowlets, let's make it a different one, is my faction. So we have two factions. Faction name, and see these are all 0 is us. So let's copy this, and I don't know what is 2. 2 should be right next to us. Guess I could have just copied the number. Oh, we could actually just put player faction, I think, but it doesn't matter. Okay, so this is going to now be. It should be There's a variable I put in just for our work that's called player faction. And I think it's this one. Yeah, it's that one. Okay, so we open this up. So this does still change. I was just making sure. So basically, I'm wondering maybe it's not refreshing this when we select this next county. You know what I mean? Like maybe this is because this is getting refreshed, but maybe this isn't getting refreshed. Maybe it's not even, maybe it's showing the right shit, but we're not refreshing the panel. You know, when you play a video game, you don't appreciate how much effort the little shit takes. It literally is a huge amount of work for the little stuff. The little stuff's the stuff that grinds. It's not the big stuff. It's not the, I want to add a new research panel. That's fucking easy, but then all of a sudden every click causes six different things not to work, like the pausing and unpausing. I have another game that I've worked on a little bit. It's a piece of shit, just like this one. Um, but it same thing. The pausing and unpausing. Just every time I fixed one, it would three more things would pause and unpause. So and when I fixed the other pause and I thought we fixed it, I was like, wow, that was so easy. No. Okay, so this is our county select. When you select a county, the script's on each county, and it gets the name and whatnot. But so panel change. Uh, so when you select a county, it does this stuff. It sets the name and world map load of which one has been selected. The panel change. Fill panel change. What is this actually doing? All right, this is allowing us to look at this stuff and build in there. Yeah, like so it's that's a button, but I guess we're calling it a panel? Really? No, it's a button. I don't know why it's called that. That's confusing. I like to be very specific about so I can when I'm looking at code, I can be like, yeah, well, we'll put it right here. We'll put it right here and we'll put a note in here. I'm very into like over commenting. You can always delete a comment later. This should probably be called you expand buildings panel button or some shit. Okay. Since I'm the only person working on this, I can be rude. That's the thing. I like to be rude to myself. Army, right click, deselect army, fill county info panel. So this is filling the county info panel. When you click on it, when you left click on a county, it goes through and does this stuff. The owner, the county name is set. If you have dev view on, it will check for heroes, or if it's your faction, it will show you your heroes. It will check for armies, because you can have an army in there too, and it will show that you have armies. We didn't muster any. Oh no, we did in our little test there. This is just some temp bullshit. Now you look at countries, counties you don't own. Check for armies. So I was thinking we should stick it in here, but let's put a new function method. Speaking about, let's do a new one. And I think we'll put it after here, and we'll call it refresh buildings panels. And then I'm trying to get so my memory sucks, and I'm new to programming, so I feel like organization is very important to me. So I've been trying to do more of like this, where instead of having all the code just in here, I have it broken in little pieces. And this goes back to that other thing I was just talking about, where like versus inspector versus this. Like, should these all be their own little scripts? It's weird. Okay, so this is wrong. Buildings. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Let's save that again. Now, how are we doing that? How are we getting those? Like, where is this shit? When we open it, we click that expand building button. Where's that fucking thing? It doesn't really do anything. Is it in world map load that we're controlling that? I feel like it's not. It shouldn't be, right? That thing opens, and then what does it do? I mean, I know what it does. What does it do? I know what it does. It's just what is controlling that thing? It just turns those things on, and then when you turn them on, is it yeah? So like, is this doing something, or is this just yeah? It's not doing anything. There's a list being created. Are they both like that? Let's see. This one's much more. This has some shit going on. Okay, this has some events. I just started learning about events a couple of streams ago. So on awake, this is creating. I don't know why awake's so low at the bottom. Oh, because it's not really that low at the bottom actually. It is where it's supposed to be. My music has stopped playing. Is that a sign of something? That an hour has passed. Uh, so it creates this in awake. Okay, our panel thing never actually refreshes. It never does anything. It just, once we make it, shit gets moved around. We have a bug. Nothing started yet. We haven't done anything yet. Oh, it's because I. Okay. What? What happened? It currently doesn't refresh shit. It just creates it. But we're gonna need a different panel. Oh god, so much work. All right, I'm gonna take a quick break, and then I'm going to. So we're gonna need a different panel for each. Is that how that's gonna work for each county? No. I mean it is. No, I don't know. I'm deep in thought. Well, I'm gonna take a quick break. Let me pause my music, and I while I'm having a cigarette, I will think about this. I think we're gonna have to do like a add the game objects to the lists and whatnot. But let me think about this. I'll be right back. This is why we're doing it this way. All right, be right back. All right, I'm back. I think I just thought of a note, like my brain said, hey, there was another bug that was playing in the background, so let's fix that. Um, let's see if well, let's not fix it. Let's add it to the list. And I think I'm gonna do something different. I think we're gonna have to. I think I did it completely wrong. Yeah. So this should be the same color because it's the same faction. So let's turn that off. Let's put these bugs over here. Get in there, motherfucker. Let's put these bugs over here. Let's add an item. Uh, counties should, I don't know, counties should uh, be colored by the faction color. Currently, they are getting assigned random colors regardless of their faction. All right, I think that will make sense to me. We're going to convert that to an issue. And we'll put that there. Okay, so I'm glad I set this up for this test, though, honestly, because we might be running in all sorts of things. So then the next thing we got to look at is this thing. So actually, no. Well, it is actually. Oh, no, that's something else. That's something else, too. These I don't think we're going to work with right now. We're probably going to spend the next 2 hours just fucking around with this one thing. It's going to be a lot of work to fix this, I have a feeling. Okay, so currently what happens? Let's go through how this works again. Where's that expanded? It's not this thing. It's not this thing. It is this. No, these are just, we might need those later though. County population we're probably not going to need again. We might actually need this. We might be using that. What the fuck were we just looking at? Create army we're not going to need. It's this one, UI buildings panel. Okay, so yeah, this is just so this is just set up for one. It's just running this one time, but we actually need to run this for every county. All right, so this actually is this other thing. This is what this is. This is what we're doing here. I'm gonna leave. I was about to mark this done, but actually, I think we need to leave that there. Each county needs to know what its possible buildings are. That also means when you finish a research, it needs to tell every county that that's available. There's a lot of fucking lists. Um, do we have our research one? I was looking to see if we had a thing here. We're gonna call this research. Uh, and we're going to add an item here. Is available to be built. I feel like I'm doing this in a dumb way, but when we go back to research. We're not to that part at all. But I just want no, I need to take, like I said, I need to take notes on everything. Okay, so this is the issue. This is where we need to readjust this. So like we go back to here. We need another list. Possible buildings actually should be above this. Oh, no, that was right. I like it to do the work for me. Okay. Let's rename this to... This is gonna fuck up a bunch of shit, but... maybe not. Then over here, I know it says we don't need this. You know, we'll take this off so this looks a lot different. See, look, and then it's going to tell us to simplify this. It's not telling us to simplify it. Weird. You know, let's just be so that, yeah, just so that we don't get confused by the news later. Okay. Uh, so every county is going to need that. We don't have to update that one part, luckily. It's being initialized when this is being put in there, so we don't have to initialize it. When you click on a county, though, back to, it was called possible building. No, it was not called possible building. It was called a UI building button. No, it was not called UI building button. UI buildings panel. So on awake, I always worry about like how much memory we're gonna use. It probably doesn't matter. But if we have 500 of these, we're going to have 500 of these things stuck in here times 2 because there's current buildings and there's possible buildings. Like, is that a lot? I don't know. Is there another way to do this? So we need it needs to create this for every county, not even just the player counties, because the AI is going to be interacting with these. So it has to go with these for every one. So, and then it's going to be putting a clone in there. UI clone. So there's going to be a UI panel on every one of these, in every one of these possible buildings. Is that what we're saying? That's how it would currently work. And we don't want to do that. That would have, you know, as we get all the things in there, there would be thousands of these things. So what we want to do instead, this needs to, these need to on enable then be blown away when it is closed, or another county is selected. So maybe we should be, when you select, it generates these things. So I think this is, well, I don't think, we know that this is completely wrong. So Or the other thing we could do. No, because they're gonna be different. I was about to say we could just keep some around and like enable and disable them, but they're gonna be different because you're gonna have built some buildings will be built in different counties. Uh, okay, so how is this gonna work? The county knows what possible buildings it's gonna have in this list. We need to assign those buildings somewhere. Not on awake. Yes, on awake or start at the beginning. We need to assign those. This is going to be empty when you first start the game. Man, it just makes me think like when you load the game, shit's going to get crazy. Maybe it won't. So this, yeah, this needs to start at the beginning of the game. When you load the game, it needs to generate what research has been completed to show the buildings you're going to show. So let's go back up to our list on world map load here. I'm actually going to put world map load all the way to the left since we're always fucking with that. Do we have anything? Create research and building lists. We do have this here. Okay, so this goes through. Here it's adding these into this list. It's the wrong, see, this is where we need to do it, but we need to do this. This is exactly where we need to do this. We needed to add this to every county. Every county needs to know, every county you know. And we're going to have to actually have a faction list. We're going to have a research list for every faction. Because they're going to have, each one is going to have different. A different research. Finish my coffee. That was what that slurping noise was. Okay, let's add that first. That needs to be done first. Every faction needs to have its own list of research it has completed or not completed. I was hoping we could do all this later too because we're so far from working on the AI, but you know what? It's got to be done. It's got to be done now first. So we need I mean, I guess it doesn't have to be done. I was trying to think, could we get away without doing it for every faction right now? Let's do it for every faction right now. So, how are we going to do that? So what I'm looking at here is, do we have these? The factions are by just a list. I feel like I'm getting away from using dictionaries, uh, which is weird, because then you have to use numbers instead of words. Words are easier for my brain to work. So this needs to be. I hate that this is called research items tier 1. I think I have a note about that. So let's think here. Let's rename this first. We can rename it again later if we need to. So under the faction here is going to, let's look at what we got in factions. Um, I think so. I guess it didn't. It doesn't. Oh, it's over here. I don't know why it does that sometimes. I guess it knows that I'm just temporarily looking at it. This would probably be. Look at that one thing. It's called research. Huh. Oh, it doesn't like this because, or it doesn't need this because of Okay, so this faction now will initialize the research. Man, we are really we're doing some major rebuild. So this is why we're doing it this way. Is because, like I said, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. So you gotta go through, and as I hit new items, I need to know. I kind of wonder if I should make this faction not a list but a dictionary. Like these ones, we have this faction name, and we could put a faction name into each one of these. How are we doing this? Oh, it's some weird. I was just looking at that because I wasn't sure what I was doing. It's weird. So occasionally I like look through my videos just to see like how they went and whatnot. See if the volume was good, whatever. And it's weird to see how long I sit and just stare at the screen. Uh, okay, let's not get sidetracked here. We'll do it with a list and see if that's going to do what we need it to do. So when we go back, so all these bugs here are actually create research and building list. So this needs to be a for loop. Yeah. Uh, what am I doing? Faction. No, I is less than factions dot count. So it's going to go through. How will it know how many are created though? Because we're doing. Where are we creating these factions? Oh, they're in. It knows because they're in the inspector. This is something that I'm not sure how I feel about this. So the factions. The only way I'm doing this is serialized, and it's because they're in here. I am actually. So one time, I don't know what I did. I moved some files around, and when I came back, the inspector, everything was empty in the inspector, and I had to go through and recreate it all. And so that's why I went back to this more. Instead of having stuff serialized, I put it in the code itself. Uh, and I don't know. It's probably wrong. I think this is what we want to do here. Let's do this actually. Let's copy all this. Let's cut all this. Let's put this here. And this should be factions I. Man, we are really changing a lot of shit here. It has to be done though. Like every faction needs to have a research queue because it's even though we can't look at it, doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. Okay, so that's another reason why. Good God, I'm glad we got rid of this. We need one more, and I'm gonna move this to the top so that we don't have to. This is just a test one. It's not a building, basically, is what we're doing here. Okay, so it's gonna go through all of the factions and create a list of the research that they've completed. I'm gonna put that note up here so that I don't forget. This is going to go through all of the factions and create a list of their research, which is currently all completed. Okay. And then we don't need this in here. Wait, I thought I put a list of research somewhere for when research popped in my head. Where did I put that? Was it under like notes or something? Well, these all can be moved. Or not. Let's move this thing over. And then we'll put these guys in here. Just easier. And research items is here. This should be over here now. A list of of things we need to add to research. And this one I didn't create this is just a note. It's just gonna be in here. We'll put this back over here. We're gonna get more organized as we go. I don't know why I can't grab this right now. Are you grabbed? Okay. Get rid of this. Oh, now what the fuck was I doing? What am I doing? Okay. So each faction is going to create that. What is this? Do we really need this? I don't know. Do we? What the fuck is this? Research item 0 dot possible. What the fuck is this? Well, let me click through to here because there's a bug. Do we really need this in here? So this is each research item knows which possible building it has? No, we don't need that. Maybe we do, but we'll get rid of it and then we'll see what absolute fucking chaos it causes. That's the way I like to roll. It's just like, what the fuck is going on now? Yeah, these are all set to null, and then we assign them later. Why, though? reducing stuff is also like one of my favorite things to do. To be like, oh yeah, we don't need this fucking code. Fuck this code is like some of my favorite, like I said, stuff to do. Let's comment this out. I know you're like, so much shit is commented out in this. Uh, get out of here. Uh, this is gonna be good. Some good shit. What is this? What is all this stuff? Look at this. What is this? Those are just some debug log stuff, but what the fuck is this thing? If I can't remember what it is, that's another thing I do is I get rid of it. Probably not the best tactic, but whatever. Okay, so then we have the research items. I was gonna try to have a for loop go through and say like, hey, which one of these is a building? But the thing is, the buildings also need to be in here separately because they have their own stuff. And we could, at this point, we could put that into the research items and it goes through and generates this. We could do that. I'm trying to think if we want to do that. So it goes through the research items and it generates the research items. Um, why did we not do that? Oh, because then it's just like a whole nother level of. I mean, we can put it in there like this. Let's see. Let's look at research items real quick. Does it have this costs and stuff in here? It doesn't. It's going to have a different cost for research, which we never even put in here. Which we got to add to our research list. Currently, research doesn't cost anything. It's great. Oh, we already put it on our list. Let's just keep going with what we were doing, because otherwise we can get bogged down. You get into the weeds and you're like, should I do this? If you know it, like for me, if I know that it's 100% necessary, then I do it. See, these are also some more buildings. See, each building is different. I mean, these all look the same, but they'll be different. I'm still like, should we just somehow generate this from the list? Let's fuck it. We won't do that. Later we might want to do that. And we can put a little note in here. Research list. Okay, so let's stop fucking around with that. Now, another thing that I've never done before is so this is each county is a dictionary. We need to add this. What is this possible buildings? This is just some possible buildings list up here. We actually don't need this anymore unless, that thing I just got rid of, this. How do I go through each item in a dictionary and say it's probably for each? I've never written a for each thing. Uh, Iterate through a list of dictionaries. For each. For each. String, all months in all months. All right, that kind of half-assedly makes sense to me. Oh, I don't like using wild stuff. I always have issues because I don't know what I'm doing. I was about to say I'm an idiot, but I'm trying to stop saying that because I don't actually think I'm an idiot. I think I'm fucking incredibly intelligent. Uh, I wish there was an example. Sometimes these people, the Stack Overflow people write an example. Oh, you fucking asshole using foobar. I hate when they do that. It's such a fuck you. Who is this guy? Jacob, I hate you. Uh, I mentioned this dude like 1,000 times, but when I got my current job, everything was named Derp, and it just makes me so unhappy. For each, so it looks to me. So the thing I was a little bit confused about, message box, is that's why does it what key K in value? Retrieve C sharp. I almost called it C pound. I don't know. My brain doesn't work very good. Okay, so this maybe I am an idiot. All right, this guy has his dictionary. I don't need it to go through every list. I just need it to, well, every item on the list. I just want it to go through. I just need it to go through every. Oh, message box is a thing? I thought that was something else. I don't know what message box is. Why don't you like this? Because this is a list. Trying to do it as simple as possible first. Item. For each, what happens if I do this string? Wait, what did it say? Key value pair. There was another thing here. I think I don't need it for key. For each key in my dictionary, I don't care about the value. I just care about the key. For each, I'm gonna put this on my other monitor over here. For each key, var key. Let's just get rid of it. Let's just copy this whole thing over here. It doesn't know what that is. Is he calling something? He's not calling something key. Which is the key and which is the value? I thought values would be the list, but this is my... Okay, value is the list. Key is... Let's see what this thing says. Oh, it won't give me a... It's like, nah, we don't know what this shit is. I don't think... I'm doing something wrong here. Let's find a different... Let's find a different one. Not Python. There's a lot of people. Oh, it's a Quora. It's gonna be good. Uh, the values. It doesn't have. It doesn't know what that is. So we could ask ChatGPT. Sometimes it puts me in the right direction. This seems like... Are we not on 150? I try to keep this at 150, so it's easier for the to be read from. Wait. This isn't right. This would be item. I keep going back here. Oh, I see what this issue is. Um, possible building is not what we're looking at, actually. We're looking at... We want to go through... counties. We want to go through counties, not possible... This is counties. We want to go through all the counties. And this is going to be counties. Cannot convert type blah 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 to blah blah blah. It does not. I'm close. I can tell. Uh, iterate through dictionary list. Different way. Is this what we're just looking at? Agree to that. For each. Do you have a suggestion? Oh my God. We don't want to look at that suggestion. Oh, are we back at 100% again? It's a very touchy uh, thing here. Gonna be Johnny on the spot with that shit. I mean, these are all probably right, like that. They're probably showing me. It's probably right in my a list of dictionary. This is the one we were looking at before. I just need to go through the front, we just need to go through each one. We don't need to go through the list in the dictionary. We just need to go through the dictionary and assign it. Let's ask ChatGPT and see what it says. Sometimes it's right, and sometimes it puts me on the right path. Uh, like I said earlier, people are very passionate about this stuff, though. They get very upset if ChatGPT is right ever. They're like, no, this is trash. Don't ever use it. And it's kind of interesting to me that that's a thing. Um, Iterate through a dictionary list in C sharp. Yeah, that doesn't, but it's a list. See, it feels like, doesn't it seem like I should just get rid of that and change it? Isn't that what I have? Maybe it's one of those things in Visual C where if it's, I'm going to compare this to what it says. Uh, String, comma, list item in my dictionary, key value pair, new dictionary. Okay, so this is the same as my dictionaries. They're putting this list in here. Why doesn't it like that though? Maybe I'm making my dictionary list wrong. Oh, this isn't a list. That's right. This is the thing that someone in chat said, hey, you're using a list there and you don't need to. This is not a list. This is just, whatchamacallit. Okay, so what is this going to do? I wanted to just see what this does. Whoa. What is your problem? That is a big problem. Research item button. Okay, so this is the faction one. I was like, at first I was like, I don't know how we're doing. Um, it's called. It's that. Sorry, there's a good song on it. I wanted to see how much if I had enough time to listen to the whole song. See, this is where we're using numbers instead of words for like the dictionary versus list here. Oh, we only have to do that once. So this is one. So I always fluctuate where I want to use these variables that are like this. This is one good example of why this is. I changed this one thing and everything's fixed. Uh, goes through the research list and sets their game objects to the correct game objects and toggles. Okay, so this is for the player. Whoa, no. I thought I copied this other thing. What the fuck was that? Research tier 1. Yeah, that's a stupid name. Where did I copy that from? I will just copy this whole thing. So speaking of that, let's just do var. And then it won't let me do a count on that, huh? Factions. Let's put this in here and see if we have something fucked up here. It still won't. We got faction 0. Oh, we need yeah, we need it like that. And then there we go. There we go. Then let's copy this thing. And let's hope this isn't a clusterfuck. I have seen issues with this in the past. Okay. Research items. I wish I didn't have to change all these. No. Tab to remove. Oh, I guess that is tab to remove. I was like, no, that's wrong. But no, it is right. Yeah, like I said, I wish I didn't have to go through so many of these. So let's put this because we could really, we can't test it. That's the issue, is we can't test it. And when I started programming in Unity, this really confused me when everything was named the same. Like this is named the same as that. I think part of it was the documentation that I was looking at. You know, they had just assumed a lot. They assumed a lot that I knew a lot more than I did, and I think that's a lot of the like tutorials and things online assume that you know a lot more than you do. And I wish they would dumb it down and they would keep their examples as simple as possible. All right, we have no bugs, and that's kind of what we were looking for here. This is the same. This is the Fisher Shack. I guess I didn't show this earlier. It's got a panel. It's got a panel behind it so you can't click behind it. All right, so this works. Whatever we've done seems to have worked. We're not making any changes to the research, so whatever. Okay, so now we have a research thing by... Oh, wait, you know what we didn't see, though? The console didn't print out this other thing, which was the whole point of getting this to work. This... where's that? Create research and building list. Create research and building list. That has to come before this because there's nothing there. I wish it wouldn't bug out when you did that. I like things to bug out. Maybe it is bugging out. It's just not printing to the console. I mean, obviously it's bugging out. It's probably going to have some other issue now, though, because they're in a different order. No, that worked. How did that other research stuff even... Oh, because we haven't done anything to it yet. I also hate that things have to be in certain orders. I mean, I don't hate that. That's the whole part of it. That's a huge part of programming. But I hate that when my code is set up to be very fragile with the order. Like I feel like I need to be able to fix it to make it less fragile. We need to go back up to here. So this is going to go through each one. I'm going to leave that up there. We need to have this commented out. I know you're like, good God, everything in your code is commented out. This part we'll get rid of. That's how bad my memory is I won't know. This part we'll get rid of if this works. I feel like this should work. No, this shouldn't work. We need to bust this thing up here. Both these need to be broken out of here. Move building to current building list. This should be a faction thing. We're in world load, so this is gonna be no. This is gonna be the counties. Possible building list. Good God, this is gonna be fucked if we do this wrong. Sorry, I'm laughing. Of course, it's gonna be fucked if we do something wrong. That's what happens in programming. It doesn't work. You know, it doesn't still work if you do something wrong. That's actually what we want. Hopefully. I have a feeling this is gonna we have unlocked Pandora's box of shit here. That this is gonna be quite an issue. Okay, so here's the thing that no longer. This needs to be created on enable, then blown away when it closes, or when another county is selected. This whole thing might need to go. All right, I'm gonna take a quick break. What is going on with my leaning forward? I feel like my camera has slowly. It may have slowly been changing. Um, yeah, I do. Let's move it down a tiny bit. It's kind of very touchy. All these cameras, the cords are um, heavier than the camera, and it's like this weird thing where now I look like blurry or something. I can't tell, and I can't lean over close enough. I think I look blurry now. I don't know what I did to it. Um, Now I'm like pretending to think. Life. Okay, I'm gonna take a quick break, and then I will be right back. How do I take a break? I need to go back over here and turn on my break timer. All right, I'll be back in less than 5 minutes. So I take care of this stray cat, and it's a neighborhood cat. It's not a stray cat. Somebody else must be taking care of it because it's turned into a monster. Too, because it just meows constantly. If it's not sleeping, it just wants so much attention, and it's like getting worse, and it starts clawing you for attention, like literally digging its claws in. It's weird. and I don't quite understand how it could have gotten so bad. So we'll do this var thing here too, I guess, and we'll hope this doesn't turn into a clusterfuck. I think this is. It's not going to be on awake though. Um, we can copy this. This one's going to be possible buildings. I need actually this isn't going to work. I need my music. It's so quiet. I wish I could play it for you guys. Uh we're going to have two of these, huh? Whoops. I put the equals in the wrong spot there. Don't need that. And then this will be currently instance. No, this is right. Currently selected new counties. Currently selected county. Why is it not offering this? Counties currently select. Oh, because no. How the fuck did we just do this? It's right here. I don't know where we were. Research? No, we were on right here. What does this look like? Current instance. It doesn't know what currently selected. Oh, I know why. World map load dot instance. Oh shit. Instance dot. There we go. That's what it wants. That big long thing. And then we'll go possible. Oh, I have a typo in there. And this is, we can just get rid of this. I guess it knows. And then let's see. So there's possible clones. What are we doing with this? Okay, so this is a read-only list. That's fine, I think. But then we're also going to. This needs to be on enable. This was on enabled, and something weird happened, and we just gave up. And you know what this needs to be actually is something else. This needs to be an event. Then we need to have the close button. We have it somewhere else. Where the fuck would it be? It's right here. Where is this population info? Where it deletes all this on close. I guess I can just find and replace these, but whatever. And then it clears the list. So when this is enabled, this is gonna be called something else though. But close button will work. We just need to attach it to this. And I think that's what we forgot last time. What am I doing? What is this one? We need, what is this thing called? What are we doing with this? UI building panel? I think we put that here. Yeah, that's not a good spot for this. We're gonna have to move this. Whoops. That's not what we wanted. Oh, I guess I couldn't attach, I can't attach it while this is bugged out. But let's, it was here, right? Yeah. Dragging and dropping stuff is kind of annoying in this. We want close. Oh, is this private or something? Oh, it's not. We can't save it yet. All right, we can fix this. Deduct cost of building. No. Faction influence should be mine. Oh, no, this is right. Yep, that's right. Oh, this is where we left off. I think if we could build 3. Let's leave this part of the note. I think if we can build 3 concurrent buildings, we'd run out of unemployed workers and everything would break. So why don't we rename this? Let's put, instead of having this just buried in the code somewhere like a fucking asshole, let's put this test when all the buildings have been built in a county. That's what we're talking about there. Testing is very important, you know? Let's go back to here and that's right, I think. This needs to be, okay. Look how long that thing is. There's only one of them though. No. Why doesn't it, oh, how does it know which one of these it's on? Ah, that's a good point. Why aren't these a bug then? This should be, how did we do this on the debug part? Key, item.key. And now we got that bug. Okay. I think that put, yeah, it did. It put the name. Do we still have that over here? No. It put the name and then it put, we still have more of these? Jesus Christ. We have used this so much. I don't think I'm not very confident that what we've done so far is going to uh, work. And why isn't this? Because they're unopened. Here we go. On enable. Okay, so this is actually subscribing. Whoops. Whoops. Counties. Oh no. Oh no. What is this doing? Okay, this is subscribing to all the possible building things, but it is going to be what? This is on enable of that panel. So this is actually kind of working how we want it to. I mean, sort of. Not really. Whatever. It's not. It's doing something that's somewhat close to what we want. And then on disable, we do want to unsubscribe to all these. And then current employee refresh. See, so this one I'm using possible building, and like these, I'm like really inconsistent with what what I'm doing here. Some of these have the variable, some of them don't. Probably I should, like I said, say like this one. We've totally opened up a clusterfuck here. So what is this one? The minus button. It is. The minus button is controlled by this. Let's fix this. What are we doing? Look how long this thing is. I feel like we had this and we went back and changed it because something was weird. See how long this thing is? Because you click on it, you click on a button, and it gives you the button's number. Every time you use the minus button. Uh, well, at least we got a debug log in here for the possible issues. You haven't figured out what you want me to do? You have. And the minus button is pretty much the same. It is the same as this. Look how long this thing is. Jesus Christ. Or whatever we're doing here. That should be that. Go to the next one. I don't trust what we're doing right now. I guess it would have told us if do I still have that on my clipboard? Let's see. I do. I think it would have told us. If these are different, I hope it would told us. Okay, what do we got left here? We got more. So many. No, we don't. Did I save this? I saved it. Okay, here we go. No, we do. What is this? Building checker. On enable. Like a lot of this stuff is like half set up how we want it to work. No. Oh, I don't have. I don't. I might chat up. I don't get very many chats, but if I do, I'd like to respond to them. You know. Uh, county. Nope. Look at that, a big star. Tell us. Get rid of that crap. It's almost tempting to have this like at the top, you know, on a wake this equals this, but whatever. I guess not. Let's hope that I'm not making any mistakes. another obviously stated thing. Okay, now where are we? Building checker. We're still in the building checker here. But this is that other way we're doing things. This is going to equal, yeah, this is totally different. Oh, this isn't where we need to be. This should be like that, because we're putting it in. Man, that really takes down a lot of time. We still have like a ton more of these though. I didn't feel like I mean we have done a ton of work on this. Current current building on enable. So this is subscribing. Here's our thing that was supposed to fix our pausing issue. That we thought fixed the pausing issue, but it didn't. What am I doing? We're gonna finish this. What we're doing here? Var possible buildings. Jesus Christ equals. Nope. This is part of it. Counties. See, I think what's going to happen here is some of this, actually, I don't know. We'll have to figure it out. Some of this is not going to be the right. It's not going to be getting the. There's going to be some issues with order of operations. I think is what's going to happen here. I think. I'm not sure why we have so many spaces everywhere, but I probably should put this var at the top actually. Even though it's whatever. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, but I mean it does matter. Okay. We might just throw this in here. I think this is what we want. That actually is what we want, I think, on that. Since we're here, what are we probably, we'll fix one of those issues. Yeah, so that's gonna unsubscribe to those things. This we already had. See, like I did it on some of them. It's so weird. Uh, I don't know why I always forget about. Yeah, it's so weird that like this was just one line and I decided to go town on that. Panel refresh. Okay, I was just double checking what this was refreshing. This is gonna be interesting. I wonder what panel we're talking about. I'm pretty sure I know, but I'm not 100% sure. I don't think I had a period in there. Easy to fix though. Then we got this is the minus. I thought we already did this. This is current buildings. Why do we have this in here? Didn't we already do this? Why do we have that? Did I copy over some code into some weird? I did. I duplicated some code because we still need to update how this current thing works. It's just currently a copy. It's currently a copy. Okay, well that sucks. We should do that now, but we're not going to because we're not gonna have time. I generally only stream for 3 hours when I'm doing well, all of this. So this is all. I've streamed like 99.9% of what we've done here, uh, because that's part of this whole thing. Is I want to have like a record of everything. Counties, currently selected county, possible buildings. Yeah, that's right. Do I have a typo somewhere? Possible buildings. There we go. We got it. We got it in the long term. Okay, and then we're gonna do the same thing here. Wait, does that mean there was a typo up here? It does. Okay, there are quicker ways to fix things than. Man, this just keeps getting longer. We're never gonna finish. It's weird too. So like sometimes when you're watching a tutorial, they'll be like, "All right, type in var ray equals ray.ray whatever," and then you're like, "Why are you doing that?" And then they use it like one time, and way down here, and you're like, "Why though? I don't understand." Whoops. Man, what is going on here? Let's hope that's all right. I feel like we're really taking our chances with just letting the AI IntelliCode or whatever the fuck it's called just go to town with these guesses. They it looks like it's the right thing, like we want the currently selected county, but it's stressful, All right, how many millions of these do we have to fix now? It looks like just a couple more. Oh, we're done. All right, so now is the chaos. The chaos is about to start. We weren't able to assign this thing though, the close button. Can we do it now? It's actually not a close button. I suddenly can't remember what the word is. Expand, collapse. That's the word. Should we just call it that now? Where the fuck was that? Possible. Uh, collapse. Collapse. Then we go back to here. Um, that's not gonna work. The reason it's not gonna work is because I think it was right here. Oh, we didn't need to do that. We just need to collapse. It's actually going to run that every time we click the button, and when you click the same button to expand and well, let's see what it does. I don't give a shit if it blows it away preemptively. Where's it getting this information? Is this a list? I guess this is a list that's just. I think we're going to have some order of operations issues. Like I said, we're going to find out right fucking now, though. Yeah, so the key, we put the right key in, it looks like. I'm just fingers crossed here. Well, let's click research first. Let's maximize this shit so at least we can see it. Okay, so this is by faction. And, okay, fingers crossed. Nothing's imploded yet. This is by county. These are still working. And this is something we haven't. Okay, here we go. Oh god. All right, something broke. Did we This is the problem. I guess I accidentally did that or something. So that we can see what we're clicking. Ah! This needs to be off, but why is it not turning on when we click this button? Did we get... No, we didn't get any bugs. Is it this that's causing the issue? on click, it's turning on possible and current. I wonder if this is like bug, so it like goes. Uh, let's try it one more time to try to get like a better clue of what's happening here. Those are off. That's that one. What happens if we delete this? Oh, that thing's gone though. All right, we got some other issue, some other. Wait. Wait. It isn't that this isn't the same button. We're not moving the button. We're it's right here. I'm calling it compress here. This is on enable. This should be where this collapse thing is. This needs to be here. And then we'll rename this to collapse instead of compress. Just, I want, things to be. So the expand button doesn't actually. I think maybe something else, because I renamed something, something's is missing. Turn on those two. Maybe it's just that script. Let's give it a shot here. I'm only gonna expand it or make it maximize this if it needs to be, if we're not doing some basic tests here. No, it's still croaking. That's supposed to turn off. This is supposed to, oh, it says it's on. What? How does that happen? Oh, I see what happened. It looks like it accidentally got dragged into its own little to be a child of this other thing. We don't want it to be a child of that. We want it to be its own thing. Okay, now let's see what happened. That's a weird. I must have accidentally done that. It's easy to fuck shit up, Okay, so let's stop. Let's set you to, well, it doesn't matter. Hit play. So it's kind of interesting. This will, not change anything we've already done, but so this should pause. Oh no, it doesn't pause on that part. This doesn't change anything that we've actually done, but it is like a ton of work if we can get this to work. Okay, so this is a forest shack. This is a garden shack. We close this. That goes away. Time has started again. Uh, what was that? Can we just fix that real quick? Uh, we click the expand button. All right. No, let's just try to fix that real quick. I know I'm getting sidetracked, but where would that be though? That is under. No, you know what? Let's not fuck with it right now. So let's click on this other one that the shipbirds own. It's this. It's I don't. We could be something. I don't know why this is saying possible building so many times. Could be something. So let's build one of these guys. Where are we at? We're in Tillamook. All right, that took off our right stuff. Now this isn't going to work because we haven't done we haven't told it. Oh, look at this. The building thing popped up in the background. The current building's gone. So clicking on here is making that thing appear, but this is actually working surprisingly well. I know you're like, but it doesn't work at all. It's all fucked up. That's actually okay though. That's with all the shit we just changed, and that's all the bugs we got that we've seen. The bugs always come back. Sounds like a horror movie. The bugs always come back. Okay, so we got a number of issues we got to fix though. Let's go through each one as we encounter them. I should have saved that. Let's actually maximize this because it's easier to notice mistakes. So currently this changes. You hit the build button and then you go here. So we got the first bug is the buildings button comes back. We're going to get rid of that first. That's the first bug. We're just going to go through. So on select county, wherever that shit is, we had it open earlier, but we've opened so many things. It's probably gone. Let's go to select county. There's one right here. Okay, so select county, when panel changes, maybe panel changes. It's setting county info panel is set to true. Okay, so this was some bullshit. Okay, so here it is. So we need to have a if. Here's the bug. Here beeth the bug. We need to have like if. I don't know how to do this, but this is what we need to have. It is say, hey, if this panel is already open, if what did we call it? Compress. Do we not have a thing on there? Now we do, I'm pretty sure, because we just used it. Where'd it go? It's attached to here. No, it's not. It's attached to here. Oh, we don't have a script attached to here. And I know I just dawned on me there's a way to do this where it's not that crazy. collapse. What is it called? Buildings button. We kind of really got a lot of scripts going on here. Where are you? Can't do it. What is this thing's problem? Oh. I started typing. Just temporarily get rid of that thing. Then this. We're gonna do public static. Yep, exactly. Except I still don't know. If you know, tell me. If this should be a capital I or lowercase I. Sometimes it auto does it to capital, and sometimes it does it to lowercase. I'm just the best practice here, you know. And then on enable. Equals this. I wanted on enable. Did we do that with this other one? We did it on a wake. Will it break something? So let's think. When is this? Let's do it on enable and see what happens. So the reason I'm thinking this is because we could do if. Oh, what isn't it? What isn't like this? Oh, not enable. On enable. This is the thought I'm having. Is we can say if this instance is null, then we. Oh, except no, it's only going to happen once. Okay, I see. That's not going to do anything. Okay, and we can put this to awake too. Okay. Then on here, we would do public game object. Collapse building button. Then on here, it's going to be itself. And then that was on select county, wherever the fuck that went. We have so many things open, it can't find it. There it is. If I wonder how we do that. How do we do that? If a game object is active. Check if game object is active. Okay. Active self, huh? If UI collapse. Why doesn't it like me right now? Why isn't it? Oh, well, I got a typo in there. This is a buildings button panel. UI collapse buildings button active. What was the thing? Well, no, we're not in the right thing anyways. Active self. I saw it on there. Uh, is that it? Is that all it said? Okay, you put an exclamation. That's what I assumed. If this is not active already, because that can be open, and we'll know by that being open, then we do this. So we'll be able to tell that it's open. If this exists, then if this is set active, then we want to we if it's not set active, we turn this on. Otherwise, we don't turn it on. So let's see if that does anything. That bug may have been around the whole time we've been doing this, and I just never noticed. Like I said, it's a lot easier to notice bugs when. Okay, now it's not happening. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is this needs to pause when we click on it, which it does. Then the next thing we need to do, this needs to be pulling from this same uh it needs to be getting new information, but we can't tell that it's doing that. We can't tell that if it's doing it or not. So I think we need to build. Where are we at? We're in Portland. We need to build one thing to be able to tell. See, and that thing closes. When it closes, the time kicks back on. So let's fix that first. That was a close button on. I just, we're going to go through and fix each thing. I don't think we're going to have enough time. Well, I only got like 10 minutes left. I can go over, I'm in control of my life to a very limited degree, but I am. Uh, let's see. That wasn't the collapse button though that we just clicked. That was the close button on the description panel, which are down here. And we just made copies of these before. Looks like possibly we have another script attached to this. Yeah, we do. Is there a way we can do this with... So it's when this panel goes dead. Not dead, on disable. On disable, here's the thing. It knows what I'm doing. On disable if time is not already paused. Okay. There may be an easier way to do that, but like I always say, if you know how to make things better. What is it talking about? I'm just double checking before I hit play here. That is under possible building panel. Maximize again. That's still fine. Oh, we are getting a bug right here though. Well, it's the bug is causing it to work as we want it to. Instance collapse self. I'm betting that this isn't happening fast enough. Yeah, that's what's happening. So I bet you this happens right off the bat. And this is part of the thing where, like, having the code all broken up to each little thing, like, it makes sense. Well, it should have time, though. No, it doesn't have time. Oh, you know what, though? It's... Huh. Maybe it can't... It can't assign that because it's not on? Is that what's going on? It's... I feel my brain starting to melt here. I don't understand how developers can work for 8 hours straight, even with a bunch of breaks, even lunch break and stuff. I start slowing down at 3 hours, like, significantly. At the beginning, it takes me a long time to get rolling. Like, there's an up as I start developing. Then, like, for like an hour and a half, I seem to do okay, and then it's down again. It takes a half hour and a half, then it starts going down again. Um, I think what is happening here is this is not fast enough to be able to check that. I mean, I guess I could double check this muster army button, but I mean, we didn't fuck with that. Yeah, it's not that. Even though I didn't check anything. Okay, so it's going. So what we'll do is we'll drag this up to here, and I bet you that does the trick. I don't know why, but like I said, my brain's starting to slow down. No, that did not do the trick. You know what we could do here? I just want to get like a debug log here. Just to make sure that I'm on the right path here. I've never used the active self thing. I may be using it wrong. I think it probably needs to be on for it to be able to figure out where it is. Yeah, so because it's not on right now, so it's like it doesn't know what that is yet. It hasn't woken up. It's not. Could I stick it in start? Start doesn't work that way, I don't think. I think start just happens, regardless of it if it's because there's no way you can click that fast enough for start. Um, Maybe that's why that other shit's in start. Why I was questioning that earlier. No, start doesn't do us any good. It's always the same thing. And this keeps slowing me down where I keep running into this stuff where like it's not on, so it can't. So like one of my cheese dick ways of doing this is to have it just start active and then you turn it off on awake. And so I guess we could do that. Where is the collapse button? Collapse button, where are you? Collapse button. It is. Oh, this isn't fast enough. I think. I mean, I am assuming that's what's happening. Active self. The local state of this game object. I don't think this instance is happening fast enough is the problem. Is there another way to do this without checking to see if that button is open? We could. See, the expand button happens. County info opens. And this is where it's checking. When this turns on, is this where we put this thing? No, that's just kicking in that. So the county info button turns on, and it turns on the expand button. It's in select county where it's checking. We could check. No, that's not going to work. I was going to say we could check to see if the expand button was turned on. We could just put a bool that's turned on and off with the county info panel, which is dumb, but that's what we could do. Expand buildings panel. What is it talking about there? Oh, yep, that's why I need to rename that, huh? Can we just do it? This thing's gonna disappear now. So I guess we should just make a public bool in here and say, we'll call it, whoops, an public bool called buildings panel expanded. I really wished I didn't have to do that, but can I do? Can I set a bool? No, that's not what I want. I was wondering if I could like trigger a bool in here without making it into a whatchamacallit, a function. Huh. It's always the little things that really slow everything down. Let's think about this again. I thought my top button was undone. You know, this button. Oh, this is some weird, shitty live version of this song. I'm not a big fan of live after you're used to a song, like there's very few live song versions of the song that are good. Okay, so there's got to be another way to do this. We can have this bool that's triggered every time you open and close the goddamn thing. But it's like that feels like a lot of code for such a simple thing. So you click on it has the county info panel is up open. It needs to have so that's going to start out with the expand thing there. You click it, it disables it. But then when you click on another one, why wouldn't it work? That's in select county, right? Oh, because it's firing select county. Man, what a pain for just such a little fucking issue. It's always the little things, like I was saying earlier, that really just bog down. I'm sure as you get better at programming, you're more aware, more prepared for this type of stuff. So you click that. Oh, now it's completely busted. Oh, weird. It's only the fuck did we just do? Oh, it's always this. This is but wait, for a second it was working. Was it printing that debug log? No. Man, that would really be this if thing would really be the way to do this. Oh, we had two if else statements. Oh no, they were I thought Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. This would really be the way to do it that I would like to do it would be this way. So can we cheese dick our way through this? We can cheese dick our way through this, as I call it. We can. We're gonna say cheese dick our way out of a bug by disable. Oh, except it wouldn't. It's not. Yeah, disabling. Man, that's gonna be so fucking ugly though. No, we don't want to do it that way. God damn it. This always happens right at the end too. I don't want to leave it at this state because then I can't remember what tomorrow when I do this. If I do it tomorrow, I won't be able to remember what I was doing, and I'll be like, "Why is there this fucking bug right here?" Okay, so once again, it goes through. When you select a province, it has to know if that thing. Yeah, you got to do it on select province. You got to turn that off. When you open it, the first province it turns off. I'm just going to do with a bool, I guess, in here. Where did I put that bool? I've already lost what I was doing. I had it on county info panel. On left click. Do I not have oh, it's a UI. Of course it is. Oh, I'm calling it county panel. Okay. That's normally not what I can't call those, but it's not here. It's not here that we would put this. Because you click on this and the thing is expanded, but if it's already expanded, on enable, on disable, I hit Control B for a second. Then not on this, on select county, UI county panel. If it's equal to false, then set this active. So it should on when you fire it off at the beginning. That's not gonna work though because it doesn't. County info panel isn't. It doesn't know. It's not on yet. Oh, it did work. And that's gone. I just feel like that's such a shitty way to do it because. Oh, it came back though. It is there. Let's maximize this thing. It's there. It's there. It's gone now. And then it's back. It's equal to false. Set this to true. I don't know why I have to do this sometimes. I don't know if this is going to work. Whoops. Sometimes I feel like I have to put things. And I've said this before. I thought that bools defaulted to off, to being false. Uh, oh, this is in the wrong place. This is in the wrong place. We want this to be in. It's on my clipboard. This thing. Oh, it's called UI Buildings panel. We keep using that over and over. Bruce. All right, I gotta call it a day. I almost said a night. I usually stream like my video game stuff at night, like my where I'm playing video games. I don't know what I'm gonna stream. What video game I'm gonna stream tonight? There was some action RPG I was looking at. Maybe I'll do that. I can't remember what it was called though. I have this list. All right, that's it. We fixed it. I don't like how we fixed it, but it's been fixed. Let's save this shit and let's push the code to whatchamafuck GitHub. Let's also take a look at our stuff here. We don't need this open anymore. We don't need that open anymore. We did do this. We just got rid of, we just changed the name. We did not do that. We did not do that. We didn't do that. Oh, we're looking. I think we did this, but we haven't tested this enough. Same with all of these. We need to test this more, and that's what we'll get to do tomorrow. That will be actually kind of fun to see if all that crazy shit we did today actually works out. Like I said earlier, it seems like we didn't do anything today because when you look at like the actual gameplay, we're gonna call it, it's not gameplay. Uh, the 3 clicks you're able to do, no, it's gameplay. The actual gameplay, nothing has changed really. But if we did this right, then we've just set up like our success for the future. You know what I mean? And once again, that's why I do like in little chunks and not like try to do the whole game part. Like not just sit down and like let's do research and have research all completed. Instead, I just do like a little piece of each thing, and when we get back around, it will be whatever. So we're still on county improvements here. What did we do to get today? Made a faction. Made each faction their own research list, and each county has its own possible buildings slash current buildings list. That's pretty much what we did. We guess we fixed a bug. I guess we fixed a bug or two as well. All right, whatever. We're gonna commit this. We're gonna send it straight up. Straight up. I don't know. I should look at what that warning is that it keeps telling me about, but I don't give a shit. All right, that is it for me today. I'll probably do this again tomorrow. I usually only work on this weekends because I don't have I have day job, all that bullshit. Anyways, thank you for joining me. I will talk to you next time. Have a good day. Bye.